I've been uploading YouTube videos for what now? 12, 13 years since YouTube was in its basically its infancy. I don't think I've ever seen the level of aggression or the anger in the comment section as I have in the last 12 months or so. When I uploaded yesterday's video, I was going through the comments and I saw several comments about people being really frustrated about the level of how slow things move. Comments like, "You wasted my time, all of this to move 2 pallets or to unload 2 pallets out of the back of the truck." And as I've always said, I simply share what I can do in a day. If you can look behind me right there, there is what, maybe 16, 18 pieces of flagstone down. The amount of work and effort that goes into that, making that happen, that's an entire day right there for about 3 or 4 guys and heavy equipment. Things just don't move as quickly as a guy maybe thinks. I think these comments primarily come from folks that have never actually done anything or created anything. They have no idea or no concept of what it takes to cut down a tree, to mill a piece of lumber, to move a piece of stone. If you have any question, then I would propose a challenge for you. Go get 5 yards, that's half a dump truck load of sand or gravel, and 6, 8 tons of rock, unload them and put them down in a neat and orderly manner, and let's see you film that over a weekend. Because unless you're someone that does that all the time, you're going to be shocked at how long that takes. I don't have to make these YouTube videos anymore. I don't have to do this. Mrs. W and I have done very well with the channel. We've made good decisions. We have kept ourselves out of debt. And if we wanted to walk away from this and get into another field or into real estate or just pursue a hobby or something like that, we fully have that ability to do that. I do these videos because I want to. And I do these videos and I share with you what's actually happening. You know, to be honest with you, if I wanted to just maximize this channel and make as much money as possible and just cash out of this in a couple of years as a multimillionaire, all I've got to do is just do Amazon videos, testing the cheapest this, testing the cheapest that. Now I started doing that for fun, and of course they're extremely lucrative. They do very well. They make a lot of money, but I don't mind doing one from time to time, but I can't imagine doing a steady diet of it. It just isn't really who I am, and it's just not genuine. However, the channel would grow by leaps and bounds, and we would be able to be independently wealthy, set up our kids in just a short time, if not 12 months to 18 months. I mean, that's literally what it's at. But I don't want to do that. I would enjoy sharing what we're doing, and ultimately, I guess the goal of the whole channel, and always has been, is I want to be I guess I want people to see that, in my opinion, the most fulfilling and the richest life that a man can live is traditionally. It's not chasing women. It's not spending all your time building businesses and careers. It is surrounding yourself with your family and making and holding firm to those traditional values. That's where I've lived both sides. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to struggle with debilitating habits. I understand these things. I have experienced that. I thought that that's maybe where happiness would be found, but I can tell you, after doing both, this is where contentment is, this is where peace is, and there's so little of that being shown today, actually just the opposite, that I look at this channel and my family in particular as a bulwark, or at least a beacon of light to those that are struggling and being deceived. So there's more going on than meets the eye behind the scenes, and I know there's frustration that things have changed and things are not what they were, but have you changed in the last 10, 20 years? Are you the same person? Do you have the same ideas, the same passions and desires that you did 10, 20 years ago? Because if you do, you know, maybe you're not growing. Maybe you're not moving forward. I could never go back to those old ways. I've done those things. I wouldn't say that I've mastered them, but I have a good understanding, good enough for me that I'm content with my ability and my understanding on those particular topics, whether it be axes or crosscut saws. You can't run a YouTube channel. You can't maintain relevancy by doing crosscut saws and axes for over a decade. It's just not possible. There's channels that do that, and they're essentially dead. They haven't grown in a decade. So I think the interesting thing for me is not necessarily what the content is. when I'm watching fellow creators, what I'm interested in is their enthusiasm. I enjoy that. Enthusiasm breeds enthusiasm, and I watch channels that do things that I would never do or don't really have a particular interest in, because I just enjoy seeing the passion and the creativity that comes out of someone, a man, following his passion. So I guess what I would ask from you guys is to understand that this is done, I follow my passions, I follow my interests, I follow my desires wherever it takes me. It could be a conversation. You know, some of you guys saw Jack and I riding around on those one wheels. I've seen them around. I didn't really know what they were, but I got to talking to a guy, and my neighbor that we dirt bike with, and his son was really into them. We got to look at them. I'm like, yeah, that looks like fun. That's something we can all go and do together. So, you know, that's how passion goes. That's how the creative mind works. You never know what direction you're going to go into. Now, am I going to do a turn my channel into a one-wheel channel? No, I'm not. But I'm just pointing this out, that if you have a curious mind and you like to learn new things and you don't want to just become a stagnant, boring old man, then sometimes it's things just take a different direction than you may think. So, yeah, I do this because I want to do it. I share what I want to share. This is my channel. I choose the content, and if you don't like it, there's a lot of other stuff out there. I don't even know why I have to say this. I mean, I have guys all the time come in and complaining and whining and whinging about this over and over again, and yet here they are still coming and watching about how things aren't the way that they used to be, and how I've lost my way. I haven't lost my way. It's just the opposite. So, with that said, I didn't shoot a lot of video yesterday. I was going to shoot video of us doing all the stone and all that, but we were absolutely nose to the grind, so all hands on deck to get this down. So let's do a quick walkthrough, and then we'll hit it today and hopefully get the patio wrapped up, and I'll share what I can. This is what we got done yesterday. There's probably 20 stones or so. This is a tremendous amount of work. I didn't realize how much work it was to get everything leveled, flat, and piecing the stones together. We have to take rock hammers. If you look over here, you'll see the remnants of all of the chipping that has to take place in between the joints. Not only that, they're different thicknesses. They're from maybe 3/4 of an inch thick up to 3 inches. So with this flat surface, you know, that makes a problem. So you lift it, you're taking it out, putting it back in, you're messing it with the trowel, compacting. A lot of work. Now I can see why very few people do this. After about 10 hours, I'd say we were maybe a little bit more than half. What we did that worked out pretty good is we leveled everything perfectly flat, and then we did a little bit of a grade so the water won't stand on it. But then we set these conduits here, these 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch conduits, or half, whatever they are. Laid them in there to grade, and then we pour the sand in, and then we use a 2x4 to screed to the top of this. That way we get a nice even everything remains flat. It seemed to work out pretty good. I excavated all this yesterday. This is where this is going to be the path where the flagstones will go, coming off of the front porch here. And we've set aside these bigger stones to go in here to be individual treads. Now, I cut this down 6 inches below grade. I put 3 inches of a 3/4 to 1/4 inch minus rock for drainage, and then 2 to 3 inches of sand, and this is all compacted to set those stones in. Well, that's really it. Just a little bit of a rant, a little bit of an update. For those of you who always jump in to show support, tell me not to get down by the haters. I don't get down by the haters. I don't care. I wouldn't change lives with anyone, not with anyone I know or don't know. I'm content, and I've created and I've built the life that I want to live. And I guess another thing I want to address is folks have been asking, why have you started referring to those that are following the channel as brothers? And some of the women have got on here and really got salty about that. Some have been respectful, some have been not. But here's the reality of it is my audience is 97% male. This is a man's channel and always has been. If you're a female or if you're a woman that's enjoying this channel and you followed along, you are certainly most welcome and appreciated. But make no mistake that when I'm speaking to the audience, I'm speaking to the male audience, because that's what's always been here with me, and not necessarily a female audience. So, you know what? I'm sorry if that offends you, if I refer to brothers, because that's the way I see my fellow males, my fellow men, and the more that I see. Do you know how we like to support an underdog? especially as Americans. That's the first thing that we do. We flock to supporting someone that's downtrodden or coming up. You think of the Miracle on Ice, you know, how important those moments were. Well, I think men are under attack by and large, and that causes me to circle the wagons and have a little bit more compassion about that. Everything is set up to benefit women, whether it be shelters or the courts, and very little to set up men. So I guess you as females need to understand that us men are going to have our things and we're going to have our places, and that doesn't always include you. And it's not to be sexist or to be exclusionary. It's just that let us have our things and we'll let you have our things. And when there's a time to come together, and then there's a time to be separate. And you don't have to have your business always be in our business and always poking your nose in and having an opinion on things that don't really relate to you. I know it's not all. I know there are exceptions, but as a rule, the things that we do on this channel and the things that we share are primarily male-based. And if you're an outlier and you take offense to that, well, I just tell you to not take offense to that. You shouldn't be surprised that you're in a minority if you're into these type of things. Let us have our things. We'll let you have your things, and maybe we could all get along a little better. Thanks for watching. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.